Alright, so I guess this is a response to pyrrho. I made a video on pantheism. Um, I would first of all agree that pantheism is not, properly speaking, theism. Um, that I I agree with most of the tenets of pantheism. Especially panpsychism, the idea that the universe is conscious, or that the fundamental units of matter are conscious, or you might say that consciousness is a fundamental force of the universe in the same way that electromagnetism or gravity are fundamental to the universe. Um, but that still doesn't make the universe God. Even if that consciousness has a kind of unity, what we're talking about, the universe is God. Nor is Gaia really a God. It's So I believe in all that, and yet I'm also a theist. That is, I believe that in addition to all that consciousness and all that being fundamental to the universe, and all that the sort of interconnecting systems that create this sort of network effect and almost a kind of conscious universe. In addition to that, I think there is a further consciousness which guides the universe, something that which contributes to greater novelty in a direction of greater beauty. There is a sort of what Chardin called an omega point, or basically kind of an attractor force that brings the universe towards a level of greater beauty, greater awareness of itself. So, yeah, in addition to a kind of pantheist notion of a interconnected conscious universe, I believe also in a kind of telos to that universe, that there's a force moving it forward, and so that's why I consider myself not a pantheist but a panentheist. That basically the universe has a kind of guidance to it, and now I get, Pierre, that you as an atheist probably disagree with any kind of teleology that is not grounded in individuals, any kind of macroscopic teleology. You seem to have the word theism seems to really push your buttons, almost as much as metaphysics, which I still don't concede your point on metaphysics fully. I mean, I get where you're coming from on that, but I still reserve the right to use it in context which makes sense to me when in discussing metaphysics with other people. But the word theism, I mean, obviously, it sounds like you don't want to allow for any use of the word theism, at least outside of its sort of mythic, literalist, big guy in the sky, use of the term, which that would certainly exclude a lot of modern theology, and so I guess I don't get what all the fuss is about. I realize that a lot of people say it's a loaded word, that you talk about God and it means so many different things to so many different people. That's not a problem for me, because I don't know, as Whitehead said, he said it is true to say that God is many and the world is one, as to say that the world is one and God as to say that the world is many and God is one. So now my guess is that for you as a relativist, your big beef with God and with theism is the sense of that it's too absolutist. The being who is contingent upon nothing and all, and all completely above the fray and towering over the universe. Because I know that although I realize a lot of atheists here on YouTube have a problem with theism and word God, for most of them, it's a matter of, they just can, it's about what's rational and what's empirical. And I realize that although that's important to you, it seems like your bigger beef with that is allowing for any kind of foundationalism or any kind of non-relativist view of the universe. I think, first of all, my theism is not an absolutist theism. I don't believe God is without contingency. I view God, the universe, and creativity as all mutually contingent, co-arising entities who affect one another. So that's so I do take God to be something that exists relative to the universe, relative to creativity, which influences the universe, and so obviously I don't expect you to accept my theology or any theology based on that word, but I just I guess I'm just kind of I guess I'm not really quite confused about your hang up with that word. I realize a lot of people have hang ups with it. I feel like maybe your hang up with it is a bit different than the hang up that most atheists have with it. But anyway, I guess I'll leave it there. Peace.